And Scurra would have obviously been in the mix, probably on the bench, and so would maybe Chris Clutty. But from the starting 15 is the strongest we could go, I think. Some unlucky guys are good players like Kobus van Wyk and Godlin and Jaco Tatu. So it's been a nice problem to have this week. We felt that defensively, they're all four good attackers. We felt defensive at the moment. This was our best back three in terms of both managing the high ball and just our general defence pattern. So it was very close with Kobus, but Dylan sort of burst the door down last week, and Sebelo is hasn't had, by his own admissions, hasn't had his best season, but defensively, work ethic and what he brings to the team. We're not seeing his scorching runs, but he brings the team everywhere else, and his work ethic is what sort of got him in ahead of Kobus. So there's no issue with any of these players. Like I said a couple of weeks ago, we've been very conservative, and so there's no risk here. SuperSport made Godlin man of the match last week, but the guy has played Currie Cup semi-finals, finals, Test rugby. Was brilliant when he came on against the Bulls last time he played. He's 100% fit, and I'd like to sit here and wish something like Harry Potter, the game would be over, we're winning by 40 with 20 minutes to go, but he's got a job to do, so no, he's the right guy. I think that back three of theirs, I'm not sure that, I think our back three, certainly two of our back three have got good kicking games, and I think that their back three are guys who are just natural born runners. So I don't expect it to be a whole lot more. I think it will be tighter and a few more, but not a completely different approach. Mikey's not without being too disparaging, he's not another naturally born fit fellow. He's a student, and Mikey to come through and start and get into 70 minutes was brilliant. I'm not being funny. He's a heavy guy, and he had an ankle injury, which means he couldn't do his cardio. So to get 70 minutes was brilliant. His scrumming is fantastic. He's hard. He didn't get the carries he wanted, but I thought he had a really good game last week. No problem now if Bongi went down early that Mikey can finish it. If we got a home semi, I'd be sitting here happy, and we got reasonably close to it. But I think not to get a home semi is disappointment. We knew at the start of the season the Lions were the bolters, and and the defeat of the Lions took a hell of a knock. If we'd won that game or come very close, I'd sit here reasonably satisfied, because, like I said yesterday, we are factually, how he's worked it out, the youngest team in the tournament. So I would say just average is my feeling at the moment. It comes down to the next 2 weeks. In 2012, if Jaco Tatu then playing for the Lions hadn't kicked the ball directly out in his 22, taken back, and we got a maul then scored, and then won in Durban, that's a champion team, and we were third or fourth. I think it was one. I can't remember where we were on the log, but so that's the next 2 weeks to determine the season. But it's uncomfortable not hosting a semi. Yeah.
But it's always a big challenge playing against the Bulls. They're good contestants in the air. So, but nothing new, nothing to change. Just stick with what we do best, and then just take it into the game. I think it's a full team responsibility in kickoffs. It's not just some guys who need to focus. Obviously, if it's an aerial kick onto you, it's that specific guy to focus on. But it's a whole team. I think our whole focus wasn't there, and we better prepare this time, more focused and determined. Feeling good this week, starting off the week in a good way. Get a bit of a run and get out with the guys again. It wasn't fun sitting out last week and not getting part in the team. But I think Chris did well in playing, and all credit to him and all the work rate he put on the field. So it's going to be tough for me to get on the field and try to better what he did. The basic stuff you need to get right, and I think in Super Rugby we slipped up on a few basic stuff, getting it right. There's a lot of options you can do in a lineup, but it comes down to the guys jumping and the guys supporting. And I think that's something just put massive focus on this season. And I think it's been working out for us.
Oh, it was, I can't remember now if it was 18 or 19 points. It was, we got beaten on that short kick-off down the middle of the field. It literally goes like, the sequence is horrific. And we kick, the Lappies wins it back off Jake's, Jaco Tatu, I don't know if you remember, in the middle of the field. He passes it, I can't remember who ran through and scored. Burger, I think it was a Burger. Burger scores. We come back, get a penalty, they kick back off. Dimitri forces a pass to Johnny Drop, they score in the corner. We restart. Dylan goes up in the air, gets a yellow card. They kick the penalty, have a line out, do a reverse block play in the middle, come back to the side where Dylan was, which was very clever, and that's the game over. So it was general sloppiness. We've improved our setups a bit. And we've changed them even from last week to this week to make sure that we don't get caught in the middle, and to make sure that what we don't do is receive a restart. If you're watching this World Cup, where that next line-out takes place, if you clear the ball, it's got to be other side of our 10. And last week we had one where we cleared the ball to just outside our 22, and that is a massive launch play for the Bulls, whether they're going to maul you or going to come into the vacuum. So we've changed our restart strategy considerably. Don't want to go into all the detail.